Unlike the new paper 1, changes in paper 2 is considerably more drastic. While paper 1 has traditionally been the more intimidating paper, the changes in paper 2 has arguably made it more difficult to handle than paper 1, especially for SL students who now are expected to learn and perform calculations. Now, this was previously only tested in paper 3 for the HL students. Now, overall, while it is more difficult to find practices for the new paper 2 as compared to paper 1, here are some of my tips to make your revision process less difficult. So if you think these kind of videos are useful and you want to know more about IBDP business and economics related topics, click on the subscribe button below to stay updated. So let's get started. First, the new scope isn't really new. Both paper 1 and paper 2 can now be based on the entire syllabus, whereas in the past, paper 1 was limited to only microeconomics and macroeconomics, while paper 2 was limited to international economics and development. Now, what a lot of students don't actually know is that testing paper 2 based on the entire syllabus was the format pre-2013. Now, there were 4 data response questions back then, with 1 from each chapter. So if you're looking for practice for microeconomics and macroeconomics, you can get your hands on the past papers before 2013. Now you will get a great idea on what or how microeconomics and macroeconomic questions would look like, and this would be a good start to practice. Secondly, the new 15-mark essay isn't really new. Changing the traditional 8-mark essay question to a 15-mark one is obviously a significant change. For starters, you need to spend a lot more time churning out a 15-mark question than an 8-mark one, and you probably should be setting aside 55 minutes at least to answer this question. However, in terms of question style, this isn't really too different from your 15-mark essay in paper 1, where you need a two-sided analysis and an evaluation. You can also check out my video on how to effectively write a paper 2 15-mark question. I have attached the link in the description box below. So what is different from a paper 1 is that your examples cannot be generic, but instead should be derived from the passages. Think of it this way. You will eventually or essentially be writing very similar essays in both paper 1 and paper 2. Same topic areas, same question styles, with the key difference being the use of examples. Third, the new short answers aren't really new. The final change has a more significant impact on SL than HL kids, which is the introduction of the calculation-based questions in paper 2. Now, while HL students should have no problem at all dealing with this as they've already been tested in paper 3, the SL students would now have to put that extra effort to learn. A quick shortcut to get up to speed is to use the HL paper 3 to get a sense of the type of calculations that could be tested. For the other short question types, nothing really has changed from the old 4-mark questions in paper 2, making past papers still extremely useful. So in conclusion, of all the new syllabus changes, paper 2 probably has the most dramatic revamp, and it does require some recalibration in terms of what to expect and how to prepare for it. But the good news is that with some clever utilization of past resources, the new changes aren't that difficult to handle. For more tips on how to effectively answer IBDP economics questions, follow this playlist. This is Aneri Shah signing off.